Just ask you straight up, if someone had to guess who you're really with just by looking at your life, what would they say? Would they say you rocking with Christ? Or would they say you with the devil? Or are you all about yourself and in your flesh? I know we started this off heavy. This is a heavy question. But we got to talk about it because double-mindedness, that thing will keep you stuck, confused, and running in circles all your life if you let it, really. Let's break it down and figure this thing out together because we're not staying stuck. Not today. Look, I'm not here to judge you because I've been there. So I ain't gonna act like I don't know what it's like, having one foot in the church, one foot in the world, thinking I can do my own thing and still be good with God. But the reality is, John 1:8 says, a double-minded person is unstable in everything. And that verse really hit me hard because that was me. The King James Version say unstable in all his ways. Yeah, that was me. Unstable, frustrated, and tired. I was tired. Very tired. Can you relate? Leave a comment if you can. That's why we're having this conversation. This is about more than just the churchy stuff. It's about who you're really serving. For real, for real. Are you all in for Christ, or are you letting the devil or your flesh run the show? And trust me, this is coming from a place of love because I know what it feels like to be torn. Want to do your own thing, knowing you're supposed to be serving the Lord. All right, let's keep it real and talk about 3 options here. You're either living for Christ, the devil, or your own flesh. Yes, that is possible. Living for yourself is not living for Christ. So let's start with the goal of living for Christ. Number 1, living for Christ means you're about that kingdom life. You're about your Father's business, okay? It's not just about going to church on Sunday and doing what you think the so-called Christian does. It's about how you live Monday through Saturday. Are you praying? Are you forgiving people who don't deserve it or that you feel don't deserve it? Are you trusting God even when it's hard, when you don't understand? That's how you know that you are walking with Him. And don't get me wrong, it's not about being perfect. I tried that. It's not about your works, but it is about intentionality, being intentional about walking with God. People should see the fruit of your faith. That's how all of this works. It's not about your works and, oh, I did this. Check this off my checklist. Oh, I did that. Check that off my checklist. It's not about any of that. Are you being intentional with showing up for God? Number 2, the devil. Now, this one might sting a little bit. I ain't even gonna hold you, but I gotta say it. If you out here wilding out, living in pride, unforgiveness, lust, or whatever it is that you're doing, please take note that there is no neutral. You're not being neutral. You are working for the enemy. And I know it's hard to hear, but John 10:10 says, the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. If your choices are pulling you away from peace, pulling you away from purpose, or pulling you away from God, you're not fighting for the right side. Number 3 is your flesh. Now I'm going to talk about flesh. This one right here is the one that get everybody. Okay, living for your flesh, living for yourself. That's when you are all about your own comfort, your own desires, and your own vibes. And yeah, it may feel good for a little moment in time, but it's empty. There's nothing you're getting out of it. You just going in circles. And I have been there before. I got caught up chasing in what I thought would make me happy, whether it was money, validation, men, love, whatever it is, and just doing what I wanted to do in my time frame, okay? Because let's be real, wait on the Lord, I did not like it. But Galatians 5:17 says, the flesh and the spirit are constantly at war. Oh, that's the truth. You cannot have both. You either live in the spirit or you let your flesh run you. And when you letting your flesh run you, baby, that flesh will wear you out. That flesh had me wearing me out. Ooh, oops, upside my head. So let's check ourselves real quick. Are you saying you're for God, but still flirting with the world a little bit? Like you be like, I read my Bible, but I still like to do my little do. Like one day you praying and reading the Bible, and the next you out here doing the most and making excuses for it, because that's double-mindedness. It is. And it's exhausting. Like I said, it will wear you out trying to tread the line. So here are some signs to watch for. Are you scared to fully commit to God? And you're steady holding on to what's comfortable for you. Another one is, are you excusing sin? Are you hitting us with the, oh, God knows my heart. Well, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Yeah, he does. And he's calling you higher. Go up. Okay. Are you lukewarm? Revelations 3:16 says God will spit you out if you are lukewarm. And that is not where we want to be. We got to do better. It's better for you to be cold and get all the way out than to be lukewarm. Listen, none of this is to shame anybody, but I'm saying it because I care. You cannot serve two masters. Matthew 6:14 says, you'll either love one and hate the other. And that's the hard truth. It's the reality. If you're not fully living for Christ, you're unintentionally working for the adversary. There is no middle ground. You can't think that you're neutral in this. That is very ignorant to think that you're going to play middle ground in this. Your life is on the line ultimately. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck in double-mindedness. God is always ready to take you back the second you say, I'm all in. And let me tell you, the peace and purpose you get when you fully commit to him, nothing compares. I'm so at peace. It feels good to be fully committed and have vision on my purpose and what I'm supposed to be doing with Christ. All right, so how do you get right with God? It's simple, but it's not always easy because sometimes you're fighting yourself. So as simple as it may be, take it seriously and approach it with intentionality. Repent. Go to the Lord and say, I've been playing games, but I'm ready to be all in. He already knows this, but he's waiting for you to admit it. He still likes to talk to you and have conversation with you, even though he's an all-knowing God. Renew your mind. Romans 12:2 says to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That means getting in the Word and cutting off anything that is pulling you away from him. Are we strolling social media too much? Let's turn that off for a little bit. Watching too much TV? Cut it out. Get back in your word and stay focused. Walk in obedience. It's not about being perfect. It takes progress. You may not change overnight. Some of you may, some of you may not. But take it one step at a time and watch how God moves in your life. Because ultimately, it's going to be him. Because if you could do it yourself, you would have changed already. So take it one day at a time. Don't stress about being perfect. So basically, this isn't about being perfect. It's about being real with yourself and God. Double-mindedness is a trap. Remember that. But you can break free. Choose Christ because the peace, purpose, and joy that come with him, nothing else compares. Now, if this spoke to you, please do me a favor and subscribe and share this video with someone who needs it and drop a comment. Let's hold each other accountable. We're not just talking about this. We're walking it out. Let's grow together and take the kingdom by force. Love you.